Don't you agree? So that brings me to the blog talk that I want to have today. And part of that is understanding um, that it's important to master social media marketing, and also knowing who are the best at social media marketing right now. Who are the beast in the market? Who's gobbling it all up? And if you don't know that information and you're trying to run paid traffic, you probably are going to have a hard time. So, not long ago, I came across this article. It was called the Top 70 Internet Marketers, Gurus, and Digital Marketers by Kulwat Nagi. And I think it was written in 2013, but I swear it is an excellent article, even for today. I've done some research on it, and this guy's spot on with these 70 gurus. Now, there probably could be a few more added to the list that are not on that list, like Onyx Segal. I don't think, and I'm gonna have to double check, but I don't think I saw Russell Brunson on there, or even um, a few others that I think are really excellent. So let's get to it. The number one, according to my research, and even still today, I think the number one internet marketer and digital marketer is Garyvee or Vaynerchuk. 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 Depending on what kind of accent. He's a Russian immigrant, and his family moved to the United States in the late 70s, and basically with nothing. And this guy is multi millionaire from doing business online. Gary, like I said, he was born with an entrepreneurial spirit. He really is a ultimate businessman. He is a proven investor, an advisor, in the world of startups across many countries. He's mastered. He is the master of Fortune in the Fortune 500 world, online content marketing, social media, among other things. When he was about 14 years old, um, he had to work in his father's liquor store, and at that time, the liquor store was generating about 3 million a year, and he took that business. And well, I'm getting conflicting numbers. I heard him say specifically out of his own mouth about 60 million. So that's impressive. And that was back in the days of AOL, actually. And he launched a website called thewinelibrary.com. So Gary is an author. I think he has a book called Jab, 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 Punch. Uh, Jab, 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 Knockout. And basically what he encourages you to do is give to your audience before you ask for anything. So he's very big on content marketing. That really is his golden goose, if you will, and how he is very successful. Now, I went and did a little research on him, and this guy has master blogging and podcasting as well. You can catch him on YouTube, and he also has a website, GaryVaynerchuk.com. But when you go to check his podcast, he has about, I don't want to say it's about 50. Well, it's at least 10 stations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stations that he pods on. I'm learning a lot. I think that is a massive strategy from Apple. He's on Google. He's on SoundCloud, iHeart Radio, Spotify. I tune in, Acast, Castbox. I mean, he's across the board here with his marketing and being in contact really with the people. Wherever the people are, that's where he is. Which brings me to basically his motto. I would say that Gary is the king of getting people's attention. He said that when he was a young boy, he would get his friends to actually work his lemonade stand all day. Wallace, he would sit at the corners, and while he was at the corners, he would be observing the drivers and checking out what they were paying attention to while they were driving down the street. So he would, notice if their eyes, landed on a tree nearby, or the traffic sign, or if it was the bush, etc. And while he was observing them, he would also be making up signs to put up. So he would do that for a while, and then when he was confident about where he thought the driver's attention would be, that's where he would put his signs for the most visibility. He later said that he used that same strategy with baseball cards when he was around 13 years old. He was the youngest vendor at the baseball conventions, and he would earn about $4,000 a weekend. And he explained that the men would spend most of their time fooling around at the table, setting the table up, and he would be, marching through the auditorium to observe where the attention of the people were going to be. What would they be? How would the crowd flow? And that's where he felt that nothing else mattered except for what was important to those customers. And so he spent a lot of time then deciding where to put things on his table, because he knew that the gentleman would be moving fast through the auditorium, and he wanted to be able to stop them with a Ken Griffey Jr. or Michael Jordan card to get their attention. In chasing people's attention is what he's done his whole life. As he transitioned again to his father's business, after that is when he basically showed his greatest impact. And what he did there is, he said he would stand at the register and he would watch how the people would move as they flowed through the store. And so when he realized what was important to the people, he told his father that it was that the first thing that people should not see is a large display of $6 items, but a large display of $12 items. And that's how he grew, and that's how he was able to grow their business. But one of the things that really impressed me about Gary is that he doesn't care about anything except for the customer. He's very candid about it. He said it doesn't matter what you did yesterday to get leads, or even what he did yesterday to get leads. He said he's continuously putting what worked yesterday through massive friction to see if that behavior is relevant today. He wants to know what behavior is best today, and whatever that is, that's what he's going to be doing. So watching the flow of traffic is what he is the king of. He said that just because you ran a Facebook ad for $1,000 and it was not successful, it doesn't mean that Facebook doesn't work. What it means is that you suck. And I think that is like the coolest thing I've ever seen anybody actually put into words, because oftentimes when I'm surfing Facebook and I see someone that's angry about how much money that they spent on an ad or advertising, or maybe they almost put themselves, out of business because the people never take the time to really learn how to do that well. We just do things. And then when it doesn't work out for us, then we want to bash. But I don't understand the mindset when we know that all of the successful gurus are on Facebook. That's how most of us found them. So we know it at some kind of way it must work. The thing is figuring out how can you make it work for you. Well, my name is Sherry Brown Pittman. I hope you enjoyed this tidbit on Mr. Garyvee. I hope you look him up. Check out his YouTube videos. He's very inspirational, motivational, even just something to watch and look at, because he's quite animated in his character. I think anyone that's really serious about social media marketing or digital marketing, if you're really serious, you got to check him out. That's why I put him on our feature for this week. I hope you enjoy it. Also look up, I have it in my blog, which is www.sherrypittman.com.